Bell.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time for the Bell Breakdown. Got 2 movies to discuss on this Friday. Welcome.
Thank you.
A lot of folks will be out, doing Life is Beautiful and iHeart. But
That's true. Busy weekend.
People like you like to watch movies.
Yes.
And so we've got 2 out. One is called The House with a Clock in Its Walls. And I was like, huh? But you were saying
mouthful.
It's a family-friendly supernatural fantasy, and I love Jack Black.
Jack Black is always entertaining, and he's good in this movie. Cate Blanchett also very entertaining in this movie. And it's based on a book that I think a lot of people read as kids. The House with a Clock in Its Walls came out originally in 1973. I actually did not read this as a kid, but a few friends of mine were really excited about this movie because they had read it when they were younger. And it's certainly a movie for kids. The main star, Jack Black and Cate Blanchett, are in it, but the main star is a kid who was in the Daddy's Home movies, and he's this orphan who's sent to live with his uncle, played by Jack Black, in this mysterious, spooky house, and there's a clock in the walls. And the clock is sort of this doomsday device that eventually the kid and his uncle and their neighbor, played by Cate Blanchett, have to stop this evil force, wizard played by Kyle MacLachlan, from ending the world, of course, which is what happens in these movies.
Right.
So there's some creepy, scary things, but it's certainly kid-friendly. It's along the lines of produced by Steven Spielberg's Amblin, so along the lines of something like E.T., these 80s supernatural stories, but with a family angle. It's mildly enjoyable, I would say. I think it's good for kids. There's not a ton here for adults. The main kid star, Owen Vaccaro, is a little irritating at times. I would have honestly preferred a movie without him and just with Cate Blanchett and Jack Black. But if you have maybe 10 to 12-year-old kids who like spooky stuff, take them to this movie. You'll be able to enjoy it. I don't know if it'll maybe not live up to the expectations of those adults who read the book as kids, though. Okay, yeah, but Cate Blanchett and Jack Black, that's a good get for a movie like that, right?
I would think.
Yeah, and they kind of elevate things. Maybe if the story isn't always as engaging, they make it fun, and their line readings and the costumes and just all of that brings it up another level, I think.
Okay, all right, so that one, mildly entertaining.
Mildly
I like
entertaining,
that.
yes.
All right, what about this one, Life Itself? Well, this is cool because a lot of people love the show This Is Us.
A lot of people do.
And it's what, from the creator of This Is Us?
Yeah, so it's written and directed by Dan Fogelman, who is the creator of This Is Us, which is great at making people cry. And this is a movie that's all about making you cry.
Did you cry?
I did not. I maybe cried about how bad this movie was.
Oh, no.
And I will say that I am not a fan of This Is Us. So if you love that kind of cheap emotional manipulation,
I do.
Then I think you might like this movie more than I did. It's one of these kind of multi-pronged stories about characters. It takes place across generations and all of these people who appear to be living different lives, but it's all connected. You've got Oscar Isaac, Olivia Wilde, Antonio Banderas, Annette Bening, an impressive cast that I think are all they do their best with this material, but it's full of these, again, if you watch This Is Us, it's familiar, these twists where something happens and later on we reveal that, oh, this was what really happened, and it's really, I think, kind of jerking the audience around. There's cancer and car accidents and death, and I can't recommend it. It's like a whole TV season crammed into 2 hours.
All right, so not great.
No.
All right, the Bell Breakdown for this Friday, mildly entertaining, and then no. We'll see you next week with higher hopes.
Yes.
Thanks, Josh. Stay with us.